Welcome to the grid here in Diriyah. First order of the weekend is, of course, the track walk. Let's go find some drivers. You know what's happening now. This is the traditional track walk with Saunders and Cassidy.
Traditional.
Yeah, I mean, we do it every time. I try and find you as much as I can on the track walk.
Thanks,
to get your insight.
Thanks, man.
Also, especially as someone that's just come off the back of a podium. Are you going to do it again here this weekend?
It's another 50-50 chance.
It's always 50-50. Everyone else is just like, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't know, I'm more realistic, I guess.
Okay. So, Mr. Daruvala, we're here on the track walk. Now, this is a circuit that you haven't raced before, but it's one that most drivers say is their favourite. Does that make you excited?
Yes, definitely. I'm very excited. It looks like a fast-flowing track, which is unique for Formula E. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've done a lot of laps on the sim, and hitting the track for free practice one tonight. So hopefully it's a good one.
Let's not forget, we're racing in the desert. There's going to be sand. Now, what that means is that offline, you lose incredible amounts of grip. So you don't really want to veer too far offline, because even an inch might make the difference between nailing a quali lap or ending up in the wall. Sébastien Buemi, off the back of a podium, of course, in Mexico. But tell me about this track, because we are in probably the most difficult parts of the circuit right now. Is that not right?
Yeah, and as you can see, it's very, very dusty. So it's going to change a lot throughout the weekend, and just need to build the confidence. As you can see, there are walls everywhere, so you don't want to hit one of those, but you want to be there, you know, evolving with the track, making sure once you get into qualifying, you have the confidence to basically, attack and push.
I've seen you looking pretty intently at certain corners. You've got your tablet here. What would be the main takeaways from this track walk? How does it differ from the sim?
I'm just online shopping. It's
He's just scrolling.
yeah, just looking for ASOS in the sale. No, it's we have basically like a document of all like information on the track, and we have an onboard. It just so happens this weekend it's my pole lap from last year, so I feel privileged.
Humble brag.
Yeah, exactly. So just watching, reminding myself how good that lap was.
Sam Bird, well, first things first, new look for the weekend.
Oh, yes.
Is
Big
it
hairdo.
speed related?
Let's hope so. We'll find out, won't we? If I'm at the back, then clearly not.
Pretty good race circuit for you last year. You had 2 podiums and ridiculous runs up the grid. But do you think that's going to be possible again this time round?
It's going to be a lot more difficult. I think anyone starting P12 is going to struggle to come through to P2. Just the way we've evolved with the cars now, it's a lot more difficult to pass, and people understand what they can and can't get away with. Ideally we're into the duels and we just have a nice clean race at the front.
Also, that Group 1 in quali is quite spicy. There's a lot of good one-lap pace merchants in that group.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who noticed that. Group 2 looks like a Sunday drive compared to Group 1.
It's rare that a street circuit has a flow. Like, a lot of street circuits are quite awkward, 90-degree corners, etc. But this one, it's got a flow to it, and it's very unforgiving. And if you get it right, it's very rewarding. I think that's why it's very popular among us drivers.
I mean, obviously, we do have to mention as well one of your laps being slightly impeded by a cat. I know you drivers can be quite superstitious. Is there any sort of superstition with a cat running in front of your car?
No. Well, maybe. Who knows, actually.
So this is a very exciting part of the track, in between turns 4 and 5, where things start to go downhill. And I mean that in the very literal sense, because following this corner, it is corner after corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, downhill, basically wall to wall. And you can see just how steep that decline really is.
The whole section from turn 3 onwards to here is only blind corners, bit of compression down the hill, everything. It's all about the rhythm here. If you're not in the rhythm since exit of turn 4, 5, then you struggle the whole way down here.
Are you going to be in the qualifying duels?
Yes. Well, no, I don't know.
What group are you in? B?
B. So we'll see. Last year we had a lot of chances to go on the duels throughout the season. Also here we nearly managed to. We just had a failure and we had to box. So I think the car, we had it last year, so hopefully this year we do the same.
I think it's a big challenge in general to drive that track. You know, you have no margin for errors, and you really feel when you drive that section that the more risk you take, the more rewarded you get.
Just looking at this final corner here, coming onto the start-finish straight, just to remind you of any particular moment that happened.
For God's sake. I've been asked that so many times.
It was a great moment. You literally got pushed across the line by Mitch Evans because you ran out of usable energy.
I would say it was perfect race management. Perfect race management. Run out of energy just before the finish line and get pushed across. Couldn't be better, really.
So there we go, track walk for rounds 2 and 3 of season 10 of Formula E complete here in Diriyah. This circuit always delivers. And having now spoke to the drivers about this season, the second in the Gen 3, I think this could be the best doubleheader here in Diriyah we've ever had. Prove me wrong.